marriage in 10 minutes. And there's a treat outside after marriage. There's hot chon. So I'm there, Zofu, take the chon before Shabbos. Chamisha Talmidim, Hoylo Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai had 5 disciples. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was responsible for that memorable statement. He appeared before the emperor of Rome, and he asked him, what does he request? And he said, very dramatically, Tein li Yavne, v'tein li Chachomeho. That's all we want. We are the Am HaSefer, the people of the book, and give us Yavne, and give us our sages, our wise men. The world, our mission in this world, of course we gave some great technological and medical advances to the world, discoveries, Jonas Salk, we gave an Einstein, but what we identify with is Tein li Yavne v'tein li Chachomel. One of these Talmidim, of the student disciples of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was Rabbi ben Chananya, who haya meine Shvachim. And he mentioned that Lazar ben Rav, Shimon ben Esamel. He mentioned all of the 5, their names, and meine Shvachim, he mentions their great traits, what made them so outstanding. One of them was a cemented cistern that didn't lose a drop. Their great genius and their brilliance and their piety, and all it says about Yeshua ben Hananya is Ashrei Yoladetoi, that his parents had nachas from him. That's a statement that you make on a child. You want to make the parents feel good. He's a cute Ingele, says something cute, nice blonde hair with curls. Ashrei Yoladetoi. What exactly is the meaning of Ashrei Yoladetoi? About Yeshua ben Hanania, our sages tell us a few things in his past. He was in that beloved gallery that stood up to the sternness and the strictness of one of the great stages, and he reprimanded him. He told him boldly, he says, you don't realize, he said, what you're demanding and the way you will address Torah, with all your greatness, the way you address Torah scholars, you don't realize their suffering and the type of life that they lead. Our sages tell us also that when, as an infant, when his mother would wheel him in a carriage, so she would wheel him to the window of a house of study, Besmedrish, that he should eavesdrop on the singing and the voices of Torah scholars learning. They should hear. It seems that even at that tender age, when he can't decipher and understand and analyze what's being said, by no means can he comprehend just the words of the Torah and the Torah with a Torah song and nigun, that somehow, being in that environment, that affects him. This was his mother did for him. When it's a custom. A lady one time came to Napoleon. She told him, she says, she considers him the wisest man in the world. She said she wants to ask him guidelines and exactly how to rear b'machanech, how to rear her child. How could he advise her? She wants to make him a great human being. He should have a great future. So Napoleon asked her, my dear young mother, how old is your child? She said, he was born yesterday. Oh my goodness, the emperor told her, you came a day too late. In education, a child has to start very, very, as soon as they open their eyes on this world. it's a custom that on the festivals, Shomesh Regolim, Pesach, Sukkot, and Shavuos, that no matter how learned and great they are, they make a habit of visiting their master, their Rabbi, their teacher. So on Shavuos or Pesach, I forget which month it was, two of his disciples, Rabbi Shimon ben Hananiah, two of his disciples came to him to visit him on Yom Tov. So he asked him, he says, what new Navalei, what Chidushim, what new Torah insights do you have to give over to me? So humbly they said to him, Rabbi, our dear master, all of the Torah that we have is only from you, nowhere else. So he prodded them further. He says, who delivered the lecture this week in the yeshiva? So they told him. And what did he say? What was his lecture about? He said he spoke about the magnificent ceremony, the mitzvah of Hakel, when the entire Klal Yisrael, all of the would gather, a tremendous stage was erected, and the Torah was read publicly for tremendous masses. And it says there that who were the ones that came? Anoshim men, Noshim women, V'taf, and then children. So he said, he continued, he said, Anoshim men came Lilmai to learn. Noshim, the women, came to listen. The children, why did they bring the children? Not their listening and not their learning. So he said, Litain schar l'mevieyim, to reward those that brought them. So he opened up his eyes wide and he looked at them. My goodness, he said, you had a pearl and you wanted to withhold it from me? To him, this was very meaningful. The fact that the way his mother reared him, that when his ears should imbibe in words of Torah. We can't begin to understand, or we do maybe somewhat, what environment means. We find in the Torah that when someone, homicide is committed unintentionally, b'shogeg, so the one who committed it, they will set up they set aside 6 cities of refuge. And these cities of refuge were none other than in the tribe of the Levites. Why did they set up these 6 cities of refuge in the tribe of the Levites? It's because the Torah, the Rabbi Shalom understood someone who spills blood, someone who commits a crime, the rehabilitation that he needs is not the way the civilized world needs. A criminal, in today's day and age, a criminal, they take him out of circulation, and where do they put him? They put him with other criminals. So whatever way he wasn't a finished criminal, then he'll graduate a diploma. He'll whatever he's missing from the neighbors that he's put in the cell with, he'll pick up whatever he's missing before. The Torah understood, no. The Levites, these were the Talmid HaChachamim, the greatest scholars amongst our people. And the reason that someone commits a crime is because of their lack of being exposed to Torah knowledge, being exposed to Torah environment, being exposed to spiritual environment. So by putting him by the Levites, this will get the nourishment that he gets to rehabilitate them. We had a very incredible story here in our community. There's a plaque on the wall for him. It happened 33 years ago, I believe. A very special individual. He drove home in one of the 5 towns. He got out of his car. and 2 thugs went over and shot him to death. The mystery was unsolved for 31 years, 31 and a half years. All they found was a deserted van, and they found some cigarette butts. But it wasn't quite developed. The technology that we have now, it wasn't quite developed then as it is today. So they preserved these cigarette butts. With today's technology, I forgot what you call the term that they use.
DNA.
What?
DNA.
I can't hear you.
DNA.
More than DNA, but something besides. I know
Forensic.
DNA. DNA stands for Dan Nefesh, but something more than DNA. Another word for DNA.
Forensic.
What?
Forensic.
Oh, forensic, yeah. That has to do with that. Forensic, yeah. So it's both the DNA and forensic, both together, yeah. So they matched up that specimen of saliva, matched it up with a criminal that they have on record somewhere. And he's in prison, and they were looking all over, they couldn't find him. Because they found out that he was put away in prison in jail. And there are 2 accomplices. So, but they needed a little bit more evidence than that. One was in Alcatraz, and one was in somewhere else. So, quietly, without offering any kind of information, they put them both together in one cell and had the cell wired. It didn't take long, and both of them started to talk shop, and they told over the story how they killed this man. They had it on tape, and that's all they did. So this is what jails and jail cells are all about, and this is what the Ori Mikvahs are all about. Chanani ben Akash Omer, Ratzak Orifochu, the Zakei Shel Yisrael, the Vikach Hirlan Ter Mitzvah Shenemar Ad Nechavis Man.